Jimmy Butler, kind of the fodder has gone down a little bit about everything that happened with him early in the offseason. Of course, Jimmy, he was at the Miami Grand Prix saying there would have been a different playoffs for the Knicks, would have different playoffs for the Celtics if I would have played. Pat Riley basically told him to be quiet. Pat Riley also said, we don't know if we're going to extend you, probably not extend you. And now Jimmy said, okay, I'm just going to play this out. Recently, there was an article, though, yardbarker.com by Saya Mohan about the Heat's decision to not trade Jimmy Butler could backfire. Of course, he originally wanted that extension from the Heat this summer, but they changed his mind. Miami did not offer one. He now intends to play out this season. The Heat not shopping Jimmy Butler around. We heard from Udonis Haslem, hell to the gnaw was the words that he said. So Jimmy Butler is not going anywhere. Could that backfire on the Heat? I'm here to tell you, it's a lot like the Tua Tagovailoa situation. What better are you going to get?
Okay, here's the thing, right? He trade Jimmy, who are they getting back?
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not like Riley's rebuilding. Not as they're still air in that man's lungs. No, he's not gonna rebuild. So unless you're trading Jimmy for another superstar, and what other team is gonna be what? And here's the thing, and unfortunately, this is the consequences of being successful. Jimmy's 34, going on 35.
That is correct.
Jimmy would have to go to a team that's about to win right now.
Okay, because you can't play around.
But if you have a team that's winning, that's about to win right now, you can't give up the pieces in order to get Jimmy, because getting Jimmy is going to kind of, decrease your chances of winning, because you're going to have to give
up
the assets and players that are surrounded in helping that team win. Nah, bro.
Now, if you don't want to give up the assets, you could give up the draft picks, but we also know Pat Riley isn't all that interested in draft picks.
But here's the other thing about draft picks.
If you're a really good team, you're not going to have a good draft pick.
Like, I'm sorry. If you're in the 20s, you're drafting 21 from 21,
down
or up, I guess.
Or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
On the down on the draft board.
Down on the draft board. But yeah, if you're going to 21, 22, 20, no, you're not. Those type of players are not really impactful players.
Every once in a while, you'll get a diamond in the rough, but honestly,
you probably find them in like 12, 13, or 14, but 22.
That's why I like when teams that are like expected to make a run for the finals and be a championship caliber team start giving up first round draft picks to get players. I'm like, you're not really getting that much value, because you're getting a guy who you're probably going to end up picking in the late 20s. Like, and I hate to be like that, but you don't get much out of that. You don't get much out of the low draft picks. Not often. Every once in a while, like I said, diamond in the rough. I don't think I think Tua Tagovailoa and Jimmy Butler are very similar in the fact that they're pretty much here in Miami because we can't find anybody better than them, and they might not be able to find a better situation than they're in right now. We know Tua, he's got the handcuffs with the weather, the cold weather, and all those things. And Jimmy, we know he's sometimes not fit in perfectly in Minnesota to some places, and that he can kind of rub people the wrong way. Kind of started doing it a little bit here in Miami. And, some teams are going to be hesitant. Like you said, he's going to be 35 in September, and he has missed a decent amount of games. I'm not going to say a lot, but he missed 65 games over his last 3 years in Miami.